Hi, my name is Ian Mark from 70's Rock Photos. I'm also the author of Adventures of a 70's Rock Photographer. I thought it'd be interesting to do a video about drummers. You know drummers, that member of the band that we can't see because there's always a guitarist or lead singer in front of them. So let's take a look at some of the drummers that I have photographed. So here we can see Kiss. I photographed in my very first rock concert in 1974. It's a classic band photograph where you can't see the drummer at the back and there's even somebody's head obscuring him. Here's a better shot up here from the same concert in 1974. These two first shots of Kiss are not exactly the best shots I have ever taken in my career. Nonetheless, you can see what Kiss looked like in 1974. This is a shot of Peter, I think my best shot of Peter the Catman, that I took when they performed in Calgary in 1977. At this time, Beth was a huge hit that Peter wrote. He went to the front of the stage to sing this. I'm sure, if I remember correctly, he sang it with recorded music in the background. And here you can see a shot of Peter, Paul, and Gene enjoying sort of a love-in with the audience at the end of the concert. And here we can see Mick Fleetwood, Stevie Nicks in front of him, and the next few shots are your classic drummer playing the drums behind his kit shots, and you can see all the emotion that Mick Fleetwood is putting into playing on stage with Fleetwood Mac in 1977, and this is the only shot I have of a drummer playing the drums but not a kit. On the left of this photograph, you can see Jim Gordon, who played the drums with Eric Clapton on a very famous record called Layla. And he's being interviewed by Keith Sharp, who is the publisher of Music Express magazine, the magazine that I was shooting for. And I remember that Keith Sharp asked Jim Gordon what it was like to play with Eric Clapton, and Jim Gordon responded that the only thing that he remembered was that he was afraid that Eric Clapton might die because his drug use was so high. And now we have come to Roger Taylor, drummer for Queen. I like this shot here. Unfortunately, it covers out just a little bit of his face, but that's the entire band. But this shot here, I love, the best shots I've ever taken of a drummer. You can see Roger Taylor and Freddie Mercury together. It looks like they're sort of jamming together, enjoying this moment of the concert. It is truly one of my favorite shots of Roger. And this shot here of all the band members together, when I photographed them in Calgary, 77, they sang 39, and all the band members came out to the front of the stage, and you can see Roger out there with his tambourine. It's so hard to get a shot like this with everyone together that you can see them. Now we come to Keith Moon of The Who, and I think that Keith Moon is probably the best drummer I ever photographed in the 70s. Sometimes a drummer is in a band but doesn't play that much of an important role to their sound. But Keith Moon, he played a very important part of the sound of The Who. I had the opportunity to photograph him twice. It's just too bad that he lived life on the edge like he did. Otherwise, he might have been around to play on a few more Who records. Most of the shots that you see here were taken when they were doing Won't Get Fooled Again. You can see the laser beams. They use the laser beams in that song. And here we can see all the band members at the end. You can see Keith Moon there, Roger, Pete, and Entwistle at the end of the concert, all joining hands like they do at the end of every concert. Here's a shot of Neil Peart that I took in 1975 in an outdoor concert in front of maybe 1,000 people when Rush were opening for Nazareth, still struggling for recognition. These three black and white shots were taken in 1977. You can see by the immensity of his kit that Neil Peart, such a great versatile drummer, he liked to have all the bells and whistles he could get. This is a color shot of Daryl Sweet, the drummer for Nazareth, whom I photographed in 1975. I just decided to include it. He may not be a really well-known drummer, but because I enjoyed Nazareth so much, and because this is, after all, a video about drummers who never get attention. Last but not least is Jerry Mercer, who played drums for the Canadian rock band April Wine, and I photographed them in 1977. You can see in this last photograph here, it sort of encapsulates where the drummer is most of the time, because there are the three guitars for April Wine, while Jerry Mercer is in the back at the far right, seen and yet unseen at the same time. The music I hear in the background tells me that we have come to the end of this video on drummers. I hope you have enjoyed it. Drummers don't usually get the attention they deserve, but I hope that I have rectified decades of injustice and neglect. Also, many of the photographs you have seen here and a lot more can be purchased by clicking on the blue Shop Now button, which will take you to the 70's Rock Photos website. Or you can also go to the 70's Rock Photos Etsy store. Unfortunately, none of the Neil Peart photos can be purchased online because of the stand taken by Rush's management. However, you can get around this nonsense by buying my book, Adventures of a 70's Rock Photographer, from Etsy, eBay, Amazon, or Indigo. The book has all the best shots of Neil and Rush. Let's end with a shot of Neil Peart and Keith Moon. My next video will be out in about a month, and that will be about the front men and women of rock. What makes them great? Thanks for watching.